Hey guys, welcome back. So, I'm a little bit of a Chamath fanboy, and I've been holding IPOE, this SPAC that's going to be taking SoFi public for quite some time. I'll show you guys that in a chart in a second. But in March this year, 2021, SoFi announced that they were going to allow users to buy IPO shares. So basically get in before an IPO, which is usually something that is reserved for institutional investors or high wealth individuals. So this is a really, really, really big move. Now, what happened today, or a lot of news that's funneling around yesterday and today, is that Robinhood is going to do the same things. And what I want to show you guys is exactly what it looks like on the app. So you kind of have a better understanding of what's going on. I also want to talk about the first upcoming company that you will be able to acquire before the IPO. And this is a big deal because, we've seen the fiasco lately with Coin and, actually Oatly IPO'd yesterday. That was not nearly as bad as Coin, holding its price range pretty nicely. But this is a big deal. This is something that's really never been done before. I'm actually kind of curious to see what kind of SEC news or regulations are going to come out. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of news on this topic, and I think it's going to be a good one to follow. So let's actually just start by going to the main screen here for a second, and this is IPOE. This is the SPAC for SoFi, and I've been accumulating this one for quite some time. Might actually, now that we're moving to new highs, might do another entry in these areas. I think for the first time I'm green on this one. Overall, very small size, so it's not so important, but let's go ahead and view the news right here, and let me go here to this is where it kind of came on my radar again here. This is Morning Brew. I like going through it. It's very quick, simple news. But let me just kind of read through it. We'll do a little synopsis, and then we'll keep going from there and view the phone. So, Robinhood wants to clear up any hard feelings left over from January, and yesterday announced that it's rolling out a feature that allows users to access exclusive IPO shares. It touts this new service as another step in its mission to increase regular folks' access to the stock market. This is really big news, and this is what SoFi announced in March. How the IPO shares work. Big Wall Street banks and high net individuals are often able to buy shares of a company that's going public before they hit an exchange like Robinhood. And once those stocks do hit an exchange, regular investors can miss out on early gains. Companies popped an average of 36% on their first day of trading in 2020 per Dealogic, which is a research firm. So here's an example. Guinea pig, not guinea pig, the company, the guinea pig, Figs, Figs, a maker of medical scrubs, became the first company to offer IPO shares on Robinhood when it went public yesterday, reserving 1% of its 22.5 million shares for Robinhood users. Went public yesterday. This is a little bit confusing, I found, and they probably should have not worded it like that. Because it's actually going to go public. So I think it was in their perspective or in their S1 filing, which is what a company files to the SEC when they plan to go public. So they're reserving 1% of its shares for Robinhood users. This is big news. So zoom out here a little bit. This is a good little read here. This is what we were talking about in the beginning of the video. SoFi, the fintech company that keeps asking if it can refinance your student loans, yada yada, announced it would offer IPO shares in March. The main difference between SoFi's and Robinhood's offering is that SoFi will be underwriting IPOs. Think about like Goldman Sachs, investment bank that helps bring companies public, right? While Robinhood is simply partnering with the investment banks like Goldman Sachs and getting kind of a percent of those shares onto their platforms. That's a little bit of a difference between the two brokers and exchanges, but good to review here. There is a little bit of another article here on CNBC that pretty much rehashes everything that the Morning Brew article said with a little bit more detail. But we all know that Robinhood is planning to go public, and I did want to see if Robinhood IPO shares are going to be available, and then all I found was this: it is unclear if Robinhood clients will be able to invest in Robinhood's pending market debut, which we're going to hear more about tomorrow, or no, next week, and I already made a video about it this week. So check out that old video if you are curious to learn more about Robinhood's IPO and what the current status is, because there was definitely some confusion about that. Anyway, this is actually the first time I'm going to throw my phone on here, so let's go ahead and try it out. I should have my Robinhood app up. Yeah, there it is. Okay, it's up, ready to go. Okay, yeah, so I don't use Robinhood. I don't have any money in here, but I do like to always keep up to date with Robinhood. So let's go ahead and search, browse companies, Figs. So this is the company that's going to be going public. Figs. Yeah, okay, so here we go. Scroll down here a little bit. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Oh no, no, I did not want to do that. Okay, I think that's, I don't know what just happened. That's never happened when I even want it to happen. Okay, so Figs has filed to go public. Public trading is expected on 5th or May 27th, 2021. See more company about this in the prospectus. Remember, we were reviewing Coinbase's perspective this week, and we were talking about Robinhood's perspectives. That's in the S1 filing. Let's keep going here. Figs public filing, learn about the business model. So this is where you can dive into their perspective a little bit more, and that's where it was discussed about being traded on Robinhood. Initial filing right here, percent filed, price range $16 to $19, final price coming soon, IPO expected on 5/27. I gotta say, this is really nicely broken down here on Robinhood. Related links or list IPO access, that's because you can get access to that IPO. About here, I think that's everything on here on this page. But now if you go here to here, introducing IPO access, get in the IPO price, see how it works. So let's click on that here. And this is the blog article that kind of talks about a little bit more how it's working. Now, I could go on the app and talk about it, but you know what? I actually have it open on my computer, and it's going to be a little bit more zoomed in. So actually, let's switch back here to the computer, remove the disclaimer. And this is the same article here, in case you guys are curious. And maybe I could even zoom in just a little bit more for everyone as well. Robinhood is democratizing IPOs, and this I gotta say, this is pretty cool. I mean, this is not something I was really expecting at all. So let's read it a little bit. It's a pretty quick read. Today we're starting to roll out IPO access, a new product that will give you the opportunity to buy shares of companies at their IPO price before trading on public exchanges. With IPO access, you can now participate in upcoming IPOs with no account minimums. That is really, really nice. So you could just put in probably $100 or $10 or whatever, as long as you could buy one share usually, and then take part in a pre-IPO, which is awesome. I can't honestly wait to do that. I'm going to probably fund my Robinhood account or SoFi. I'm not sure which one yet. Most IPO shares typically go to institutions or wealthier investors. With IPO access, everyday investors at Robinhood will have get the chance in the IPO price, right? That's what we saw in this article, and then the Morning Brew one, where companies popped an average of 36% on their first day of trading, right? That's the whole point. So I think putting low limit orders just in place and then seeing how it goes, as long as you generally believe in the company, you've done your due diligence, I think might actually be a good little strategy here. Here's how it works. Discover upcoming IPOs from a list of participating companies. So it looks like here the step one, follow upcoming IPOs. I guess there's going to be a button on Robinhood app to find that plan to distribute shares on Robinhood. So it's not going to be all companies that are IPOing. You can also follow these companies to stay up to date on milestones, read their preliminary prospectus, that's the S1 filing, to learn about the business model, management team, risk factors. That's always really, really important. The risk factors on the Coinbase perspective were next level. Request to buy shares of companies. So step number 2, request to buy shares of companies at their initial listing price range. When the final price is set, you'll be able to review, edit, or cancel your request before the shares are allocated to the Robinhood customers. This is quite cool. So let's see here. Here's a picture of how it works. Can we move it up here a little bit? Yes. Okay, so let's see what this picture is all about. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Chrome Solar. I guess this is an example company maybe here. IPO listing, access listing, price has been finalized, edit or cancel your shares by June 10th, 2021. By this date, edit request. number of shares, 10, final price, estimated cost. So your looks like POWA requested queued, so that's the ticker. 10 shares is pending, queued 10. Yeah, that's very straightforward, typical Robinhood, very straightforward. Actually, I've always not been a big fan of Robinhood because it's too simplified. Like I need all of my, like when I'm day trading, for example, I like to have my level 2, all these different things. And Robinhood was always like a little bit too overly simplified, and I almost tripped over myself too much using the app. So that's why I stopped using it. But I actually kind of like this. It's a little bit extra simplified for the pre-IPO process, since it's probably new for everyone. Watch and wait. IPO shares can be very limited, but all Robinhood customers get an equal shot at shares regardless of order size or account value. Okay, that sounds really good. You are the 1900 investor. I don't know if you guys just saw that part here. Look, when this little pop-up comes up. This is where the SEC is saying that Robinhood is, gamifying things here a little bit. Investor. Yeah, very cool. And let's finish it up here. IPO access is rolling out gradually to all customers over the coming weeks. In the meantime, check out our help center to learn more. You can also read about the IPO process, how it works, blah, blah, blah. And keep in mind so you can invest with confidence. Here is to democratizing IPOs for all. That's pretty sweet. I gotta say, I like what's going on here. I like what SoFi is bringing to the table. I like what Robinhood is doing here. This is kind of interesting, and I think this is going to take Wall Street by storm a little bit. I felt like that was always their upper hand, to have the IPOs and getting into companies early. So I mean, you're not going to get in that early, I feel like, but we'll see what happens here. So that's. So I guess the question is really, how do you want to play this? And I personally think, you have that range. Usually in the perspective, there's always a range. There's also a VWAP in a perspective. So you see the average weighted volume price, and you can kind of get an idea of where a ticker's trading, where it might IPO, right? You have like the listing reference price. There's all these different metrics. And I feel like as long as you're bullish on a company and maybe you're just lowballing it, could be a good move on it. I would love to hear guys' thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It's the easiest way to support the channel. And if you like day trading, check us out. We go live every morning at 9 a.m. to review the morning watch list and then trade the market open. That's everything for this video, guys. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao, guys.